Alright guys, welcome back to episode 9 of the F1 2010 career mode for the European Grand Prix here in Valencia. Another track which of course hasn't been on the F1 calendar in quite a long time. I think it was 20 something, what was it? 2011, 2012 possibly? I think it was 2012 when we last visited this track, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was. Man, it's quite kind of embarrassing that my knowledge doesn't even go back that far in terms of F1. Yeah, I think Fernando Alonso won it in 2012, and I think that was the last race around here. Yeah, it was 2012. Anyway, we've got a couple of R&D upgrades as well that are in the making. I don't know why I didn't cut this out. I think this was a mistake with my editing. But we're going to head on the track shortly. Because, we're now speeding it up. I think I forgot to cut away that first bit. But it doesn't really matter because I was thinking about what the last time was we actually visited this track. Oh man, what a start. So professional. Anyway, that was the setup. I went for a pretty stable one because this is quite a tricky circuit and I don't want to crash. Anyway, talking about crashing, practice was going very well. Smashing into the wall in turn 1, which is very easy to do. A little bit later on, so on P20 on my 4th lap, losing the back end and overcorrecting into the wall, losing my front wing. So I was clearly struggling a bit here in practice. It was a nice 360. We did end up going the right way again. And later on, I actually smashed into Gianna Trulli. It goes so slowly through that quick last sector. And I actually got disqualified. I got disqualified from free practice. So, yeah, the weekend started out very promising.
Now this is shaping up to be a very close championship race this season. Do you see yourself as a serious title contender?
No. Stop seeing me as title contender. I'm with Toro Rosso. So no, I'm not thinking about the championship.
Now your form in qualifying this season has been nothing short of faultless so far. So is it going to be business as usual this weekend? Are you going to be at the front of the grid?
Yeah, we have had 5 poles I think this season. So who knows? Although we did start off very poorly in practice, but we're definitely strong over 1 lap with this Toro Rosso STR5.
Testing must put a lot of pressure on the team to produce a quick car. Now, even with the use of modern technology, things can't be easy for them. So how have the team coped so far this year?
Well, I mean, we are still continuing with the R&D testing, and I think we're doing okay.
Hey Nick, good news. A few of the teams are starting to show interest in acquiring your services next year.
Nice. Hopefully they will still be interested in my services after the display I put on in practice. But it's only practice, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, this is now qualifying, where it does matter. First lap, coming through the final sector here, breaking down for the final corner, which is pretty difficult because you have to oh wow, yeah, another crash. That was weird. I basically just clipped the wall and smashed off my front wing. I was probably lucky to not lose a wheel there. But yeah, of course you have to change direction while you're braking, which makes it very easy to lock up and go straight on. This time we managed to get the apex as we cross the line. It's a 1 minute 47.0. But that was a very, very slow lap time. We are about 7 seconds off the pace. So yeah, I did make a lot of mistakes during that lap. So let's go again for the second one. Coming through the final corner again. This lap was a lot better. Coming out of the final corner, we improve our lap to a 1 minute 43.8. And that's good enough to put us up into P13 between Suto and De La Rosa. As we straight away push on for a 3rd lap. No, I abandoned that lap. I actually decided to change the setup to have lower wings. Because this track has a lot of straights. A lot of straights in the middle sector as well. Not really straights, but straights with slight kinks in it where you don't need any aero. So I figured it was better to lower the wings a bit because I was losing time in the straight.
15th on the grid for the start tomorrow. Middle of the field, Nice driving.
Yeah, I didn't manage to actually improve with that setting. So we are in P15, quite far off, 3.7 seconds of the pace. So the AI is actually pretty quick here in qualifying. And we were nowhere near pole position. So that's a bit alarming. But going into the race, we've got Sebastian Vettel on pole position. And Sebastian Buemi is only in P17. But we are actually last.
We had a fantastic result at the last race. It'd be nice to see another podium here. Anyway, give it your best attempt. Good luck.
Thank you, Rob. Yeah, indeed, we had an amazing race in the last round, of course, winning our first race at the Canadian Grand Prix. Oh, of course, we already forgot, but in practice we did get the grip penalty before we got disqualified, but we have to start from the back. We already made a pretty good start. We go through the middle here into turn one, we smash into green channel, we get a penalty, and we're into the wall. And it's an absolute car park here in turn one. Everybody is involved in this crash. And actually, guys, I decided to restart because I don't normally do that, but I didn't want to end my race in the first corner. So we're going again. I hope you can forgive me. Anyway, take two here for the European Grand Prix. Off to a slightly poorer start this time. I didn't really get the run, but we do have the speed here in the higher gears up the inside. Very tight line. Let's brake on time this time. Up the middle there, we still managed to hit the two HRTs, but we did manage to go through it without picking up a penalty. So we're now in P19 behind Buemi, up the inside of Buemi and Trulli after P17. As Trulli actually tries to fight back there, he had the inside, so fair play on him for trying to stick us loads up the inside, but we have the outside line here as we break down for turn 5. And we managed to get P17. Behind Rubens Barrichello and the Williams, who we try to overtake here on the outside. We give De La Rosa a bit of a tap as we exit that very tight 90-degree corner onto this sort of back straight. I'm just going to call it a straight because it's full throttle. You can't really call it a corner, can you? Anyway, De La Rosa was still up my inside. It was actually, was it Barrichello? I think it was. I think it was a Williams. So I just completely punted him into a wall, so I'm very sorry about that. Luckily we don't get a penalty. Up the inside of De La Rosa, up to P15 behind the other Williams of Nico Hülkenberg. So yeah, despite being pretty slow qualifying, at least we are making a bit of progress here on the first lap. Behind the rookie, Nico Hülkenberg, of course, in his first season in 2010. With the Williams team as we now come through the final sector. This is where the AI go very, very slowly. And we smash into Kamui Kobayashi. Very lucky to not smash off our wing there. So we have managed to get away with it. As Hülkenberg tries to get me back there up the inside into the final corner, but we managed to break later than him. But we lose the back on the exit there a little bit. And that lost me the drive, and that allows Hülkenberg to get through again. So think about how to get it back indeed, up the inside here into turn 1, and that's us back up into P14 as I'm adjusting all sorts of settings there. I think my controller was glitched out a little bit. But yeah, we do have a bit of get to Kamui Kobayashi now in the Sauber. So we've got both the Saubers in front of us now. So let's see if we can close the gap down a little bit again. It seems like the race pace might be slightly better than what it was in qualifying, as we are visually getting closer to the two Saubers in front. As we come to this 90-degree corner, we close the gap right down there to Kamui Kobayashi as we try to pull up alongside here on the back straight. Very much in the slipstream. We go to the left of the Sauber driver. Gary Burke later than him here into this technical section. We almost go around the other side of Antonio Liuzzi, but we have to slot back into P13. We get past, or he tried to make a move on Liuzzi a bit later on there on this second back straight. And we had a look on the outside. We decided to go for the inside, and we managed to get it stopped. So that's P12 behind the Renault of Vitaly Petrov. And no, that was actually Robert Kubica. I guessed the wrong Renault driver. We almost lose the back end. We did manage to save it, but we lost both of our positions again. So back to P13. One step forwards, two steps back. As Liuzzi tries to attack Kubica at the inside, it actually makes it stick. So fair play on the Italian. Actually, Kubica had a slightly better exit with that Renault. As we start lap 3. Can we maybe line up something here into turn 1? Up the inside? No, I think better of it. Outside instead. And it actually works somehow, so that's now P8 as a couple of drivers have pitted. Oh, also, I completely forgot to mention, I only just noticed now, I started on the prime tires, because I was starting last anyway, so I didn't have to start on my qualifying tires. So we are actually on the primes, as we go up the inside of Kubica into this tight corner, 180-degree corner almost. And, well, it's more like 160 degrees, I think, with the minimum up there. Still, it's very tight. Up to P6, now as a couple of drivers are in the pits, P5. And make that P4 possibly as Fernando Alonso goes out of the pits, but he just about defends his position. But at least we are fighting with a Ferrari. But of course he's already pitted. Up the inside of Alonso, the last race winner here at Valencia, and that's P4. But of course we are staying out longer because we are on the harder compound. So our position is a little bit better than what it looks. No, it's worse than what it looks. As I get a penalty for literally just giving Webber a nudge there. I literally just stepped his rear wing. And the stewards thought I was at fault for the collision. Well, that's a very harsh penalty and a very interesting way of looking at something like, oh my god. You got a second penalty for tapping Webber again. So, yeah. Apparently they see that as a collision, even though we're both still driving, as I almost overshoot the pit lane because I was just fed up a bit. I got... Yeah, mate, I think the steward shouldn't give me penalties for that. At least, the only, yeah, positive is that the pit lane is very short around here. We rejoined the track in P8. But I literally just got 2 penalties in 1 lap for literally just hitting Webber at the back, even though he didn't even lose any time because of that. And I actually gave myself damage because Webber just went so slowly. And I can't help being so slow around that. Anyway, we took our drive-through, and now we're taking our pit stop because I, of course, had to switch to the option tires and change the front wing. I just decided to go for a different strategy just because I started to last. I actually have to wait for somebody as well. 9-second pit stop, very solid, and we're all the way back in P23. So yeah, this race has gone down the drain very quickly. The only saving grace is we're now on the faster tires. So let's see if we can salvage something out of this race. And also, you clearly saw that I got 2 penalties there as we close up to Rubens Barrichello again, who I smashed off earlier. He tries to retaliate and punt me back, but he actually spun himself out. Maybe that was my fault because I just didn't really leave him any space. Catching up to Timo Glock now in the Virgin. Again, coming up to this bit where they go very slowly. We managed to just about avoid Glock. I didn't avoid Senna though, as I smashed into the Spania car. Side by side, coming up to the final corner. Bit of a nudge again, but we managed to get him here on the outside. Up to P20. But also, my second penalty just magically disappeared. Because I definitely had 2 drive-through penalties, but I think maybe the stewards had a bit of empathy with me and decided to delete the second penalty again. Because I definitely only took 1 drive-through. But I'm very glad that I didn't have to serve the second one, because I would have definitely been in last place. As we get past the Koen Chandok here, up the inside of turn 4, up to P19. But yeah, our chance of scoring points is definitely out of the window now, as we overtake Nico Hülkenberg up the inside. I didn't even manage to do that cleanly, as Hülkenberg moved over in the braking zone a little bit there. But yeah, at least we are moving up a couple of positions again. For what it's worth, I mean, at least we're still somewhere in this race. But it's a bit of a throwaway race. It already started off badly in practice. I knew that it was going to be a bad weekend as you get past on Heikki line in there. Catching up to our teammate Sebastian Vettel. Not Sebastian Vettel, Sebastian Buemi. As we got the inside there, very clean. He actually left the space, so fair play. This is probably the second time I've even raced my teammate, apart from in the first round in Bahrain. So nice to come across my teammate again. Yeah, catching up to Jenson Button. Now this is the 9th lap, overtaking Button for P13. What is Button doing all the way back into P14? I think he just came out of the pits. Did he pit twice? Maybe he did. Up to P13 at least. Now catching up to Jarno Trulli. I basically push him off the track there, but Yeah, I know I already got penalized earlier for less than that. I mean, yeah, that was not very clean, but I didn't care. Overtaking Kubica out the inside into the final corner, up to P11. And actually, we're up to P11. Maybe there's still a chance to score points. I already forgot how this race went. I don't even know if I score points. But actually, we are closing up on Villa Rosa as I cut the corner very nicely there. And I almost lose the back end there into the path of Villa Rosa. I'm actually under race stewards review, so whenever you get that notification, you know you're doing badly. So we can't really afford to do anything else. Again, I got the warning for the race stewards review. So I'm pretty close to being disqualified, but at least we're up into the podium positions again. No, not podium positions, points paying positions. And we're now fighting with Michael Schumacher. So we're actually making a pretty good comeback as we get past the Schumacher up to P9. So yeah, somehow, despite having to take a drive-through penalty, we are back into the points. And after starting in last as well, so yeah, it's not too shabby. Come out of the final corner, Lewis Hamilton wins the race. Our tires are pretty dead. We actually finish in P9. And my engineer's still warning me about the tires even after the race is gone. But yeah, 2 points, I'll take it.
That's 2 points. Great job.
So yeah, that was a bit of a roller coaster. 33 seconds down on the winner. But that was actually solid. I didn't expect to actually get back into the points. So yeah, still in P5 in the Constructors. Sorry, that was the Drivers' Championship. But also P5 in the Constructors. See, I wasn't even lying. I don't know why I'm so out of... out of touch with this series. I'm not really in tune with it anymore. I already forgot what happened in this race. I edited this quite a while ago, so I'm literally commentating over this almost as if it's a live com. I guess that sort of adds to the genuine reactions, because I actually don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, that was it for round 9. So yeah, that was, I guess, quite an interesting race still in the end. It definitely ended better than it started after practice. So yeah, that's going to be where I'm going to leave it for round 9 of the F1 2010 Career Championship. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this race. And yeah, I'm interested to see how...
Hey, Nick.
Oh, hi.
You're quite popular. It seems like a few teams are really interested in you.
Wow. I'm actually popular. Can't believe it. That's the only time in my life that somebody's going to call me popular, probably. But oh, that's one positive to take out of this weekend. So apparently the teams are impressed with my driving, even though it was pretty terrible today. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.